Hi, my name's Suzanne Day and I run a charity and a business for stopping domestic violence, and I'm also a healer. And today I've got more information on sexual assault. And this information is from my domestic violence course, the Rape Crisis Centre. My own experiences and downloads from source, and it cannot be copied or stolen or used from me as it's copyrighted. Okay, so what is sexual assault? It is any action which is forced, coerced, or tricked into taking part in a sexual act. It includes being exposed to any sexual action against your will. Also, it applies to anyone who cannot give consent, like a minor or a mentally affected person. It is assault when someone uses their age, size, or authority or position of trust to make a person perform a sexual act, and every sexual assault is a crime. A sexual assault is an attack on a person's body, senses, or emotions, and on the person as a whole. And the effects can last a lifetime and are life-changing. And the sooner you go for help, the better. Counselling, and there is actually specialised sexual assault counselling that you can get, and I know that because I had it. That's really good too. So that's another option for you to get, and it makes a world of difference to how you feel. And also reporting sexual assault to the police, it can actually help to heal you, because you're actually releasing a secret and you're talking about what did really happen to you, the truth, which could be like a letting go of a big burden. So it can actually help you to heal, because the more that you talk about, the more that you let it out of your system, the better it is for you. And talking about what was done to you is actually part of the healing process, and it will help you to feel better. And many victims keep sexual assault a secret for years, afraid to talk about what was done to them. And like I know I did that because I didn't speak about it straight away. It took me years to be able to deal with it, and then I finally went to the police and made statements. And it's been my experience that it's not healing to do this, because it causes harm to you. And so the sooner you talk about it, the better, and then you can start to heal. So an important thing to do is to first tell someone that you trust, like a friend or a family member, a counsellor, even it can be a police officer. And if the person you tell does not respond in a helpful way, then go to another person and tell them. Because sometimes what happens is that sometimes family and friends don't actually know how to respond to you when you're telling them. And they may not mean to respond in a non-helpful way, so don't take it personally, because it's not. It's just they don't understand. So it's important for you to get some support while you begin to heal. Going to a women's group for abuse, a crisis centre, is really good. Sexual assault is a great idea and can be really healing. And it's also empowering to educate yourself about it, because this is when you actually understand what is happening for you, and you'll actually feel better. The more information you have, the more you're educated, the better it is. It just helps you in so many ways. Like when you understand the cycle of violence and what was happening and why it happened, and it, it, it helps you to understand the process. And there's no standard way for you to feel after a sexual assault. Whatever makes you feel better is the way to go, because we're all different. We all respond in different ways. We all have different things that help us. So every abuse victim responds differently. So you've got to do what's good for you, what makes you feel good. And if you or someone you know is impacted by sexual assault, domestic violence, and family violence, you need to call a call line for help in your country that you live in. And some of the effects of sexual assault are: you want to hide away, you're afraid of the self, you want to control the things around you, you can feel unsafe in your body. That's a really common one. Um, you feel like things are out of control. You can have eating problems, loss of trust, feeling damaged, frightened, scared, feeling dirty, shut down, problems with relationships, isolation, anger, guilt, disbelief, nightmares, can't sleep, depression, anxiety, you're numb, you're in shock, and you can also hoard your personal belongings or other things. Um, and what helps a victim to heal? Exercise you love to do to get the emotions out of your body and cells. Because in a trauma, it's all stuck in your body, in your field, in your chakras. It's actually in all your cells of your body. So the more that you try and get your emotions out, like do something creative to get the emotions out, draw, paint, write, um, do physical exercise to help release it, a hobby that you love to do, have counselling, do inner wound work, that's really important, do something creative about what happened to you, and you can actually, it helps you to release what happened. Like when I was at the crisis centre, we used to do collages from magazines of all of like our history of what had happened to us, and then we'd do another one of what we wanted to happen in our future. Like you can be really creative. So this is really helpful to help you get it out of your body and out of your mind so that you can start to heal. Because it releases all the emotions that are held about the event. And joining a support group of abuse or sexual abuse, and the positive results of being in a group with other victims, it's well documented. It's in Trauma and Recovery. She's got a whole section on why you should join groups and how it's really helpful. And I know, like, I had so many friends from all the groups that I joined, and it was really good. We did all different, like we did domestic violence, we did boundaries, we did self-esteem, we did anger management, we did all kinds of groups that helped us, and it was great. So that's another good idea. Educating yourself about sexual assault and domestic violence, report the crime to the police, because what you're actually doing is you're actually, because most abusers, they don't just abuse one person, they go from one person to another person to another person to another person. So when you report it, you're actually helping to stop the cycle of the abuser going from victim to victim to victim. So that's another important thing to look at. Like, you're not just doing it for you, you're helping to stop the next victim from being abused. And that can be kind of healing to understand that. Having a support team, friends, family to call on for support when you need it, call lines. There's lots of call lines that you can ring for abuse survivors. Writing in your diary about your feelings, this helps to get the feelings out of your body. Read a book for survivors on sexual assault or domestic violence, and I've got a list of a whole lot of books that are really helpful to read on my websites that you can look at, and that's for men and women, not just women. Watch a podcast about abuse or healing. And what you need to do is to get your feelings out of your body, and in order to do this, you need to feel them. And when you do this, it will help you to heal from the abuse that you received and all your traumas. Because keeping the emotions inside of you only eats away. You'll just end up being sick. It eats away at you emotionally, causes diseases in your body. And I'm a healer, so I know that that's what happens. And talking about what was done to you and how it made you feel is a really important part of the healing process, so you feel better. So get yourself some support while you heal your wounds, and educating yourself about the subject so you understand what's happened, why you feel the way you do, and educating yourself is really empowering to you, and it's getting your personal power back again. It's actually returning you back to your own power, so that you're going into like you might have been a victim, but then you can go to being a victim to a survivor to a thriver. Like, you're not staying in the powerless victim mode. So that's really helpful. And the more that you do this, the better you'll feel, and your life going forward. And knowledge actually gives you the answers. It gives you lots of ahas of why people do the things they do, why that happened, why the cycle keeps continuing. Like, I know for me, it was like it was like, wow, if I'd have known all this beforehand, I wouldn't have stayed in it for so long. But unfortunately, no one told me, so I didn't know. So knowledge gives you the answers so that you can work on the solution and the problem that you have in your life. But you need to do the healing. That's really important. And we're all different, so all different things work for different people. And you need to listen to your heart, what's right for you to do, because what's right for one person may not be right with another person. So just do what feels good to you. And there's lots of books on that work with trauma, and they're Trauma and Recovery, Judith Herman, she's an MD, the Complex PDS Workbook, Ariel Swartz, Vagus Nerve Reset, Anne Ferguson, The Body Keeps the Score, and he's one of the top doctors that works with PTSD. Like, he's done years and years and years of research, and he's done scans of victims' brains to see what's actually happening. So that's a really helpful book. It tells you what is going on, why your body responds in the way that it does when it gets triggered. And it's easy to read. There's pictures in it, and it just explains what's actually happening to your body, so you understand why you're reacting the way you are. And there's another book is also What Happened to You. Bruce Perry, MD, is another one that I found was really good. So that's just some resources that you can use to help you. So if you like this video, you can push the like button, and you can also subscribe to our page. Thank you.